Hi, my name is Kevin Feig, founder of Walk You to Wealth. I want to take a few minutes to talk about the top 3 retirement planning mistakes that I see. A lot of folks think about retirement planning and think about hitting a number, where in reality it's about having a plan for income, taxes, and the unexpected. Retirement rarely happens on a perfect timeline. You have health issues, layoffs, burnout, a lot of different scenarios that may cause a change in your plans, or a redirection, if you will. And so if you're only planning for the best case scenario, you're really not planning at all. So top 3 retirement planning mistakes. Number 1, retiring without a tax efficient plan. This is by far the biggest mistake that I see. Thinking that saving enough is enough. And the real challenge is thinking about how do we get these assets to turn into income. So instead of thinking about do I have enough, it's how do I draw income efficiently from a tax perspective. So common mistakes that I see in this realm, withdrawing from the wrong accounts, right? And being sort of tax inefficient. Ignoring Roth conversions. So Roth conversions, converting your pre-tax assets, your IRA or your 401k into a Roth account, takes time to do it sort of strategically, if you will. Also will help you down the road to avoid required minimum distributions or RMDs and a lot of other scenarios. But ignoring Roth conversions or waiting too late to start converting assets is definitely an issue. That also causes you to wait too long for RMD planning or required minimum distribution planning, right? So you need to get ahead of all these things. If you retire at 62, you start hitting Medicare at 64, you start hitting Social Security in that same range, right? 62 to 70. These are all pieces that you need to take into account when you're talking about RMDs and Roth conversions and trying to be more tax efficient. Also, you want to make sure you're not increasing your Social Security tax and also your Medicare premium. So again, there's another reason why you want to be strategic and you want to think longer term about these conversions, not just sort of waiting until the last minute or waiting until you're retired to do them. So you want to build an income plan, not just an investment plan. So again, number 1, not having a tax efficient plan. Number 2, claiming Social Security too early. A lot of people claim at age 62 because they can. And I get it. You see the headlines and Social Security is not going to be there and you've paid into the system and you want your money back. I understand. I understand all the reasons to take it. But when you claim early, you take a lower benefit than if you delay. And that lower benefit is locked in for life. Meaning you start low, you're going to end low. Right? So if you delay Social Security, you get about 8% more every year that you wait. So think about it this way. If you're going to claim at 62 versus waiting until age 70, the break even is early 80s. So meaning if you're going to make it past 80, 81, 82, right? If you're going to make it past early 80s from an age perspective, then you're significantly better off waiting, right? You pass the break even point. So come 84, 85, 86, 87, let's say you make it into your 90s, you've sort of won the game by waiting. By waiting, instead of claiming at 62, you waited until age 70. So don't claim by default. And again, go back to the tax efficient piece. Delaying Social Security can help give you more, I'll say, room from a tax bracket perspective to do things like Roth conversions and the other tax efficient planning that we talked about. So you don't want to claim by default. You want to claim strategically when it comes to Social Security. Last big retirement mistake that I see from a planning perspective, ignoring healthcare costs and underusing HSAs. Medicare does not mean healthcare is free. And healthcare is one of the easiest retirement expenses to underestimate. You have premiums, prescriptions, you have dental coverage, etc. And unfortunately, you have this terrific investment account, the health savings account, that too many folks treat like a spending account. Too many folks confuse the HSA, the health savings account, with the FSA. The health savings account can help you build retirement savings that then you can help use for healthcare expenses in retirement. You want to make sure you understand and you're using tools to truly analyze what are your healthcare costs going to be. And that's going to depend on your state, your plan, your income, a lot of different factors, right? So, but what are those healthcare costs? And then what are they today? Are we inflating them appropriately? So when I'm doing plans for clients, I always inflate healthcare costs at about 5% a year. Healthcare costs tend to rise faster than general inflation. So you don't want to treat healthcare expenses like a side issue, like an afterthought. Healthcare is a big piece of the retirement puzzle, and the HSA or the health savings account is one great way to try to get ahead of it. So quick wrap up. Retirement mistakes usually aren't just investment mistakes. Again, this is more about the planning piece. Planning mistakes, planning errors. So number one, not having a tax efficient plan. Number two, not thinking about Social Security more strategically, taking it just because it's available, right? You want to think about it strategically from a standpoint of one, potentially delaying if you're expecting longevity, if you have longevity in your family history and you think you're going to make it past the early 80s. Two, it also buys you more room for Roth conversions and on other sort of strategic tax efficient planning. So you want to make sure you're not just defaulting to taking Social Security at 62. Number three, making sure you have a plan for healthcare. So again, retirement is not just about how much you saved. It's about how well you planned. Hope that was helpful.
The information in this video is provided for your convenience only and is not intended to be treated as financial, investment, tax, or other advice. The information is intended to be educational and is not tailored to the investment needs of any specific individual. It is also not intended to be relied upon as a forecast and is not an offer or solicitation to buy or sell any securities or to adopt any investment strategy. The opinions expressed are those of the author. Reliance upon the guidance and information in this presentation is at the sole discretion of the individual.